Hi guys, welcome back to a new video. It's me, Ivana, and today we are talking about self-sabotage. As far as today's look, I'm feeling like I want to do like too much bronzer. Starting with some skin prep. This is the Pacifica Vegan Collagen Everyday Lotion. I just tried this for the first time yesterday and I was shocked because it's white, but it goes on completely clear. I want to talk about self-sabotage because frankly, like we hear the words and like I get it. I'm like, yes, like you should know. Like self-sabotage sounds like something you should know when it's happening. Like I've been self-sabotaging real bad. There's a lot of things with self-sabotage that is like subconscious. You don't even realize you're doing it, but because it's such a pattern in your life, you can kind of start to become self-aware, which is like 100% the step I'm at right now. I am just becoming aware. So often I feel like we self-sabotage things that we feel unworthy of, like healthy relationships, healthy body, healthy mind, success, friendships, and frankly, my personal is probably just in general peace. I'm like, okay, are we ever gonna let her rest? Her being me. I'm gonna be very real about where I'm at with this. Like I've done zero work. I've done nothing. I think identifying it and being very like real with yourself that you are getting in your own way and all the in ingesting all the ways that you've been getting in your own way is very it's a lot to digest. It takes a minute to be like, oh wait, I've been in my own way, but not really like in the ways I would immediately think. And now I need to just accept that and figure out what's the best way of going about it without beating myself up. Like that's where I'm at. I'm at stage 1, level 1. I'm putting on my backpack. I'm almost ready to do the work, but I'm not quite there. So this video is really just to help identify your self-sabotage, and then we can maybe start working towards creating a plan. As far as noticing when it's happening, what are the signs of self-sabotage? I got you, and there's a lot. Let's just run down the most common ones. I would say procrastination is so common. The more I take track of my time and make sure I'm using my time wisely and efficiently, I'm realizing like, oh yeah, you leave a lot of room for bullshit. There's almost a part of the day that you section out for bullshit. Avoiding the things you know that are gonna get you to where you want to be. But also it's like procrastinating to the point where it's like, okay, my self-talk is nasty. Those are my treacherous twins, I swear to God. It's procrastination and negative self-talk, and they feed off of one another. Like I'll be doing the thing and I'll know that I'm like, oh, if you just take it one step further, that's gonna set it off. And I'll know the step, I'll know exactly what it takes, exactly what to do, but I won't do it. And it's like, okay, why would you not? And then I call myself a lazy, you know what, which I hate the word lazy. I hate, like, have a weird relationship with it because it's probably the most common and oldest form of negative self-talk. Lately, I have been kind of like not even half-assing. It's almost like 75% assing. And then that 25% that I know I should do, I'm like, oh, go do it. Like that'll set it off. That extra clip, that extra whatever, that will set it off. Knowing exactly what I want to do or how I would want it done, but for some reason not doing it, I'm like, this is weird. Not going all the way with things when you know you should. Downplaying your needs. That's a big one. Acting like you don't need rest, you're not tired, you're not burnt out, isn't going to make you less burnt out. Or downplaying your needs as you're like, oh, I don't need that. Like, I don't need a man that, no, I need a man that doesn't, like, I need a man that fits all the boxes that I need to feel loved. Like, that's the point. You know it would make you happy, so don't downplay it. You need it. Another part of that would be seeking outside validation. I'm gonna keep it a band. Validation is probably the number. If that is your big thing, start with that. Because I remember, I don't know what, it's probably like end of college type time when I started realizing like you need too much recognition. Like you really do. First of all, why? Because like I don't even respect, it sounds so fucked up. I don't even respect people's opinions that much. You know what I mean? It takes a lot for me to actually care about your opinion. Like I have to, like you need to have a proven track record of having a good opinion for me to just be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna take that to heart. Like what? No, like why even care about what other people think when you don't really care about what other people think? It was like outside validation mixed with needing recognition, and some of it might be like daddy issue type shit, but we can get, that's another video for another day. Giving up instead of pivoting. I'm a big fan of pivoting. Like, in fact, but there's some stuff I'm gonna give up. I'm gonna be real. I'm giving up on this. Not in whole, but because this situation no longer serves me, I'm giving, like, bye. Hello, bye. Giving up on yourself, you can't do it. I'm not gonna let you. Sorry, this isn't that video. Here's the goal. I know I want the goal. This wasn't the way. Okay, we circumvent, we move around it, and we're gonna get to it a different way. But we're not giving up. Might take a break. Nothing wrong with a break. Nothing wrong with a hiatus. Down for a hiatus. But we don't give up. Not taking breaks and being too hard on yourself. We can be so hard on ourselves that we paralyze what we're actually trying to do. Especially when people talk about like YouTube, starting a YouTube channel, things like that. I'm like, the idea of putting so much effort into your first video is the most bizarre thing in the world. Like, yeah. Like, stop playing yourselves. Like, right now, everyone who thinks I've never put out a YouTube video, I need to make this first one perfect, you are playing yourself. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard ever. Like, no one's like, wow, their first video rocked it. Like, it just doesn't, and it just won't. But you have to do it. So just do it. That one drives me crazy. I like anything where you know it's gonna take time for you to find where you need to be in it, like anything, even any job ever. It's like no one goes in and is just so amazing at it. It's like, no. And even if you hit the ground running and you are so good at what you do, you know you're going to change over time. And it's like you'd rather start like polishing that rock than just leaving the dusty rock on the shelf. I don't know, you know what I mean? It's like I'd rather just, you know, get to grinding at it than to sit and let it sit. And then asking yourself, which I'm pretty guilty of this, I will say, which is honestly more and more, it's so bizarre to me because I'm like, well, you need to get a grip. I really do feel severely blessed. I do. I feel severely blessed. Everything in my life. I can't even name all the facets and where God has blessed me because it's just like, it's overwhelming at times. Sometimes I'm just like, but then at the same time, I know that I still deserve more. Like there's so, like I don't even know how to like put it, but it's almost like I will be afraid of going for things that I'm capable of achieving and ready to put the work in for. I'm not asking for it to be given to me or anything like that. Like I'm here to put in the hours, the time, the work, the effort, the whatever to get there, but there is still something that makes me feel like I don't deserve it because I've been so blessed in all these other areas of my life. But it's like, it's not like I'm not grateful for it. You know what I mean? It's like you have to remember that you still deserve more. Even as human beings, we are in a way oddly insatiable, and you have to embrace that part of you. But sometimes it's hard because then I feel ungrateful, and it's like, why you want so much? Because I deserve it. Damn it! Like I be so tired of myself sometimes. I'm like, girl, if you don't. And then as far as like relationships with other people, because I feel like, oh my god, if you've had any sort of trauma, any sort of even relationship just drama, it just might be very hard for you. And I get it, girl, because it's like once you're burned, it's hard to want to give all of yourself to someone. It's hard to not become jaded. If you ultimately want to be with another person, there is a little bit that you have to do, like especially with trust issues. You might start fights for no reason. Ooh, that was me where, oh my god, like my first, and I even say this to my friend the other day, I was like, the first year of being in a relationship with me is like boot camp. Like a lot of people don't make it that far for a reason. I don't know if it's an act. Like, how deep is your psychosis? I don't know if it's an act. I really don't know if it's an act, but part of me feels like I blow things out of proportion. Like the first sign of disrespect where I'm acting a fool. I'm acting a fool. Like it's beyond picking a fight. It's picking a war. It's picking violence. I'm choosing anger and righteousness over everything. Like it's awful. Frankly, if you're like this and you know you're like this and you know it's going to take work and trust for it to change, find you a patient man. Don't get anybody as rah-rah as you. Really, like you have to be so for real with yourself. Like don't just be like, oh, I know I'm a mess and I want somebody else who's like, don't get anybody like you. Are you kidding me? Find somebody with some time. Do not play yourself with that, because it's like it's just gonna waste your time and you're just gonna be with a bunch of people that are like, wow, you match my crazy. Don't match crazy. Mismatch the crazy. Are you kidding me? I was in that shit too. And then I found the solace of calm men. That's another I'm just gonna do a video just giving props to all the calm men. Starting conflict is definitely a good way to sabotage relationships. Excuses are another one. When I'm on my no excuse mentality where it's like no stomach ache, Not no headache can stop me type thing. Like nothing, even the physical, the weather won't stop me. Like that is when I feel I am at my best and my most confident. Know when it's an excuse and you know when it's a reason. I cannot do my swimsuit shoot because it is raining is a good reason. Not asking for help, I'm guilty of this. Like, y'all, I don't like asking people for help. It makes me itch. I have learned now that it is a major strength. Not asking for help is also a little bit of like a communication issue. Like one example that I read was not sending a text when you're running late. Just send the text. You know what I mean? It's a much better look when people know that you're running late than to try and like rush through traffic. Like you're never gonna make it. The ETA is well past when the time you're supposed to be there. There's nothing you can do. You cannot bend space and time. Send a text though. Because then it's like when people send me a text when I know they're gonna be late, I'm like, oh great. Thank God. I can stop rushing. I'm only upset when it's like you didn't tell me and now it's like I'm and then, you know, like we could have just been chilling. Just let me know. If you need something, ask, and ask as soon as possible, as soon as you know you need. You cannot do it all by yourself and people want to help you. It's not weakness, if anything, it's strength to be able to have people rally around you and also give people the space where it's like, hey, when I am working towards something or you are working towards something, we can help each other out. So don't hesitate. It's just that easy. Here's what goes hand in hand with that, right? People pleasing. I'm a people pleaser and I'm not even a good people pleaser. Like I'm a rude people pleaser. Like I people please and it comes off crazy. It's not genuine to me. It doesn't work. I end up being pissed. Like I end up being pissed when something wastes my time or I'd never want to do it in the first place. I'm such a brat about it. Like I'm not to them. They'll never know. But to me and myself, I'd be over there like, really? Like really you thought, oh, now look, now you got some sort of like, now you're mad because you knew you didn't want to do it. And then it's like, who can you be mad at? Yourself. That's it. And that's where the self-sabotage cycle comes in. Now I'm mad at myself. How rude is that? That's out of control. I shouldn't ever be mad at myself. Not like this. Not over something I could have controlled. Just saying no? Crazy. As to substance abuse, I have had to realize that you don't even like smoking. Why are you doing it? There is a weird moderation that I have with it. I'm like, okay, when I'm with my boyfriend, like, cool. By myself, I don't like it. It's not just taking a substance. Like, if you smoke, whatever, I don't care. But it's abuse. I was abusing it. I was definitely abusing it. I was like, girl, you're abusing it and then you want to get in your head about it. Like, yeah, no, you're not gonna be sober for the rest of the day. Like, you're messed up at 7 a.m. Like, it's just like, you're not, and then to continue to do it, you do get very cloudy. Like, it's just the truth. Like, or my truth is that I get very cloudy. But also my self-talk was awful. Know your limits, know yourself, take breaks, go a week without drinking, do little detoxes, get back to center when you need to, but also like you don't need to be so hard on yourself. Know when a good time is becoming abuse. Be real. Ask somebody. You think I drink too much? Like I don't think that's a crazy thing to ask somebody. I'd be like, you know what? I'm glad you brought it up, because I felt away. Overspending. This is one that I was like, oh, I never saw that as like, I don't know. It just didn't occur to me. I guess I didn't think overspending might be like self-sabotage. But I'm like, yes. Like, duh. We are constantly pushed to be buying stuff that we do not need and don't want and don't care about, and you know what I mean? Like seriously, like, there's some things that I bought and I'm like, I don't care about this. I didn't want this. This isn't even cute to me. Like, no, if you're trying to get somewhere, make a budget. And as I say this, I'm like, I should make a budget. Present you start spending, future you's money. And future you gonna get it back in blood. Especially like overspending when going out, baby. Fuck it, we ball. Like that's my inner child. Anytime I'm out, my inner child is telling me to spend money. It's my inner child, so I'm gonna blame her. Wait, this is another self-sabotage. This is the most annoying thing about self-sabotage is like every time you try and come up with a reason, it really just is an excuse. Like really, like honestly, like dead every time. Best place to start, or where I am personally starting, is with putting myself first. A lot of this comes from distracting yourself or not thinking you're worthy of it, but it's really just realizing that, hey, like not only am I deserving of it, but like I have to come first in this. Like I am the most important person in my life. I have to come first. I think the biggest thing about realizing that you are self-sabotaging is digest it and don't let it become a new like self-sabotage, if that makes sense. Of like, oh, you're self-sabotaging, so now you just talk to yourself bad and you're like, oh, why can't you stop self-sabotaging? Like, you know what I mean? It's like you have to kind of take it with a grain of salt of like, yeah, okay, in the past I've done these things that aren't the best for me, but now that I am self-aware, now I can do better. It's hard. It is. It's hard not to beat yourself up when you have these qualities, which are rooted in perfectionism and all these things, but it's like you have to realize it's like you're getting in your own way. You're getting in your own way, you're blocking your blessings, and it's okay. So I'm using it as body paint. Go through the things I said. I actually made a list. It's on my newsletter. I'll leave the link so y'all can check it out and see it like written down. Figure out your biggest ones. Like, these are the things that are getting, I would even start with, these are my biggest goals. These are the ways I'm getting in the way of those goals. And that is where you should start. Because trying to do it all at once, you will go crazy. We have our whole lives to work on ourselves. Like, we do not have to do it all in a day. It's not going to work trying to do it that way anyway. So you might as well just be like, hey, okay, that's fine. It might not even be the biggest fish you want to fry. This is the fish I want to fry right now. I'm gonna do that one right now. Please share your self-sabotage journey because I'm so curious. I think it's very interesting how we play ourselves. And I would love to hear from you how you've overcome it, recognized it, whatever it is, wherever you are. If you like this video, don't forget to leave a like. If you like me, don't forget to subscribe. If you want to see more of me, you can always check me out on my Instagram and my TikTok. They're both yvannagilliam. And I will see you in my next video. I hope this one found you in the best place possible. Bye!